I'm Amartya and today I'm going to tell you three stories. The first story, The Fox and the Crane. Once upon a time, a fox and a crane became friends. So one day the fox invited the crane to dinner with him. The crane said, "Okay, friend, I will come after a few days." So after a few days, the crane went to the fox's house because he had invited him. So the fox had prepared soup in the dinner. When they both sat down on the dinner table to drink the soup or to eat the soup, now you know that foxes are very clever, so they are very happy when they feel that someone is feeling jealous and all. Okay, so when they both started eating the soup, the fox had served the soup in flat dishes, and as you know that cranes have long beaks, so they cannot eat in flat things. So when the crane was not able to eat anything, the fox was very happy, and then he licked up his soup also. Angry and hungry, he went home, and he was very angry at that time, and he said that I will take my revenge from this fox. Now after some days, the crane also invited the fox to dine with him. The fox also said, "Friend, I will come after some days later." So after some days, the fox went to the crane's house as he had invited the fox to dine with him. When they both sat down on the table, then the crane was very happy at that time because the crane had served soup in long and deep vessels, and foxes cannot drink in long and deep vessels. They can only lick up, so they cannot lick up from long and deep things. So now the crane was very happy that I will have my revenge with this fox. When they both sat down to drink the soup, the crane was very happy. He drank up all of his soup, but the fox was being paid for what he had done with the crane. Now he was not able to lick even a bit of soup, and angry and hungry, he went home and realized his mistake. He had been paid for what he had done with the crane. So moral of the story is tit for tat. That means that what did bad you have done with others, they will take a revenge of it, and you will also get the same in result. Now I'm going to tell you the second story, The Smartest Man in the World. A priest, a lawyer, a little child, and a doctor were out for a Sunday morning tour on a private plane. Suddenly the plane occurred some engine trouble, and after the best efforts of the pilot, the plane started to go down. So the pilot grabbed a parachute and said to everyone, "Hurry up everyone, jump off the plane or else you all will die." Now there were only 3 parachutes remaining. The doctor grabbed one parachute and said, "I am a doctor, I save lives, I deserve to live." And he jumped out of the plane with his parachute safely. Then the lawyer also grabbed one parachute and said, "I am a lawyer, and lawyers are the smartest people in the world. They can fight any case and give rights to anyone. I deserve to live." So he also jumped off the plane, and he also safely jumped off the plane. Next, there was only one parachute left. The priest handed it to the little boy and said, "My son, I have lived a whole and full long-lived life, and you have to live a full and empty life because you have not done everything which you want to achieve in your life. You deserve to live. Take this parachute and go off the plane safely." But the little boy handed it back to the priest and said, "No, sir, no, father, I don't want it. Because the smartest man in the world has taken my parachute and jumped off the plane." Moral of the story is your job always doesn't define you, but being a good human being does. That means that it doesn't matter what job you do for others or for only yourself, but if you are a good human being, that matters, that defines you. Thank you. And now I'm going to tell you the third and the last story, which is the little boy's meeting with God. There was a boy who wanted to meet God. One day he decided that today I will meet God, and I will not be able, matlab, that willing will not come into me to meet God, because when I have met him. One day he packed some of his package, and he also packed some fruits or some eating things, snacks and juice and drinks. He packed everything and went from there in search of God. He thought that today I will search for God the whole day. So, by the afternoon, the boy was very tired and he decided to take a break. He sat down near an old woman. So, he was very hungry also. And he took out some of his snacks and drinks, and when he was about to eat it, he noticed that the old woman was also hungry. She was hungry too. So the little boy offered some of his snacks to the old lady. Then, after eating those snacks which the boy had offered her, the old lady gave the boy a very pretty and a big smile. The boy was delighted. He wanted to see that smile again. So he again offered that woman some of his snacks. The woman again accepted it and gave him a next big and a pretty smile in return. The boy was very delighted now. He wanted to see that smile every time. So both of them spent the whole afternoon eating snacks and drinks, but they didn't say a word. After some time, it grew dark, and the boy realized that now it is time for me to go home. When he was going home, he turned back and gave the old woman a hug. Now the old woman gave the biggest and the prettiest smile ever. Now the boy was delighted. He was very, very happy, and he wanted to see that smile again, but it was time for him to go home. So he went home. When he reached his home, his mother said, "Son, what made you happy today?" The boy said, "Mother, I had a meeting with God." But before his mother could say anything, the boy said, "She has the prettiest and the biggest smile ever." The old woman also reached her home in joyfulness. She had a son. So after reaching home, her son asked, "Mother, what made you so happy today?" His mother said, "Son, today I ate snacks and drinks with a boy the whole afternoon." But before his son could say anything, the old woman said, "He is smaller than that I thinked." So the moral of the story is, God is everywhere. We just need to see properly, to look into it carefully, to put an every ounce of it to see where God is. He is inside everything. He's inside in every animal. He's omnipresent. So we need to control our emotions and feelings to make him happy. थैंक यू। एंड अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो इसे लाइक करें, चैनल पे नए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करें, उसी के पास सब्सक्राइब करने के बाद एक बेल आइकन आ जाएगा, उसे प्रेस कर दें नोटिफिकेशंस पाने के लिए। एंड वीडियो को अपने पास ही नहीं दूसरों को भी शेयर करें। थैंक यू।